Hey, everybody. Welcome to another episode of the Daily Noose with Tim Lynch. I am Tim Lynch. Today, we're going back to the movies. Well, we're going to show you another video. I know you guys love that. A little introduction. So this video has actually probably been around for about a year or so would be my guess, but it's making the rounds again. A quick introduction. This is Sheriff Bob Johnson from Santa Rosa County, Florida. And he's talking about a home invader who was shot by a homeowner. And, well, let's go to the tape. H, if you please.
And I want to say, as to the person, we don't know which homeowner shot at him. I guess they think that they did something wrong, which they did not. If somebody's breaking in your house, you're more than welcome to shoot them in Santa Rosa County. We prefer that you do, actually. So whoever that was, you're not in trouble. Come see us. We have a gun safety class we put on every other Saturday. And if you take that, you'll shoot a lot better, and hopefully you'll save the taxpayers money.
Well, click, click, boom. And why wouldn't this be the answer, right? Someone breaks into your house. That is a violent action. I'm sorry, but if you break into my house, you forfeit your life. Again, that doesn't mean I'm just going to go shoot you because I can, but you're at risk for it. But you know what? Sadly, we're not seeing this kind of support. Well, not from the progressive left. In fact, if you actually go to the video that I just showed you, YouTube has a warning on it. Why is there a warning? They don't show the person getting shot. There's no blood and guts. They're literally just this sheriff talking about the heroism of one of the homeowners. But they don't like that because everything the left does is pro-criminal. It's harder and harder to arrest them. When you do arrest them, Soros-funded DAs and judges just let them out and they commit more crime. And God forbid you defend yourself, you get arrested. Just ask Daniel Penny, right? He's going on trial for murder because he was in a subway when some out-of-control maniac was threatening the lives of people, and he put him in a chokehold. Now, sadly, this person died, but he was the hero, and now he's going on trial. That's asinine. Or look at Jose Alba. Many of you may not know who that is. He was a bodega owner in New York City who was being attacked by an ex-con violently, and he managed to get a knife and stab the ex-con to defend himself, and that man ultimately died. And guess what? Alvin Bragg had him arrested. He was in jail for at least several days until there was such an outcry from the populace that they let him out. But good God. I mean, these are just men defending themselves and others. So it's not shocking that we're shocked by common sense. And it's not hard to figure out. Look, for any rule, law, philosophy, all you have to do is ask yourself, as a criminal, would I like that law or would I not like that law? Right? So look at the house. Let's say there's a rule that you break into someone's house and you can't be shot. Well, that's awesome. I'm a criminal. I can break into someone's house and they can't shoot me? Free pass. Who wouldn't want that? But don't take my common sense for that. We have data. So one of the first things I'll bring up, this is from the Crime Prevention Research Center, if we can do the overlay. So we're going to go up north to Canada for this. So Canada at least used to have some guns. But in 1977, gun controls prohibited handgun possession for protection. That's right. You have a handgun, you can't use it to defend yourself. And when that went into play, breaking and entering went up 25%. Surpassed the Americans. The Americans, God forbid. I mean, look, those peaceful Canadians, and now all of a sudden their B&Es are shooting through the roof. Common sense. But let's look further. Let's go across the pond. Let's go to England. And no one has any guns there, not even their police officers. And we'll bring up this overlay. So this is a newspaper article, but it's referencing a study that was done in 1998. Now, that 1998 study, the latest data they had was from 1995, and that was where they last had complete statistics available from both sides. Again, look at the numbers. 20 assaults per 1,000 people or households in England and Wales compared to just 8.8 in the United States. So over twice as many assaults per capita over on the other side. Rate of robbery, 1.4 times higher in England and Wales than the U.S. And the burglary rate, nearly double America's, the report said. Crazy, right? We all think these are the civilized places. America's the crazy place with all the guns. Well, we are the place with all the guns, but not all the crime. But let's look further. So this next one is from the National Bureau of Economic Research. This is from May 2002, and a similar sort of look. And they looked at basically non-gun countries, the UK, Netherlands, Toronto, I know, not a country, city, and compared it to the United States. So if we could look at this overlay, and they looked at hot burglary rates. And what is a hot burglary? It's an occupied home invasion. So someone invades the home and there are people there at the time. And if you look at the non-gun areas, the hot burglary rates were around 40+%, almost near 50% in the Netherlands. The U.S., that hotbed of gun-toting action, 9%, 12%, 20%. I mean, at half at most. So basically, more guns, less crime. Now, I know what you're thinking. Hey, what about all the school shootings? What about that? I'm one of these students demand action or Everytown. I don't want any of these mass shootings. Well, let's look at the mass shootings, right? All you people that want your gun-free zones in schools, well, let's do the common sense question again. You're a school shooter. You want to shoot as many people and kill as many people as you can. Do you want any armed guards in that school? Do you want any concealed carry members in that school who you don't even know who they are? No. You want no guns so you can commit as much carnage as you can. Gun-free zones are criminal, right? I mean, that's just obvious. But what gun-free zones do is disarm innocent people. Again, let's take the common sense question, but look at it from the other aspect. You're in the school. You're not the shooter. You're a potential victim. Someone's shooting up your school. You have the opportunity to have a gun to stop them, to save your life, to save everybody else's life. Would you turn a gun away? God, no. That would be suicide, right? No, you get that gun. So let's go back and let's look at more data, because that's what we have, and there's plenty of it. Again, back to the Crime Prevention Research Center overlay. Nearly 98% of mass shootings over a 68-year period occurred in gun-free zones. Now, I know if you have any bit of knowledge about that study, you're going to say, well, that doesn't include all mass shootings. No, it doesn't include all mass shootings. It eliminated things like gangbangers shooting each other or people going into someone else's house and shooting up their family members or something like that. But it does include all of the high-profile, newsworthy things that the left always wants to talk about when they want to ban your guns. They talk about this. This involves the school shootings. It involves the supermarkets, the nightclubs, the churches and synagogues, all the things everyone's so worried about. They're all gun-free zones, 98%. So if you want a gun-free zone, hey, fine. But guess what? You're liable for everybody that's in there. Any harm that comes to that person because you disarmed them and made them a potential victim, you are now responsible for. Unless you secure that area, and I'm talking about White House level security, right? I'm talking about locked gates. I'm talking about armed guards. I'm talking about metal detectors, maybe even a couple rooftop Koreans. Those guys were awesome. If you don't know who they are, Google that if you can still find it. You need to protect people. Otherwise, you're liable for all of those people. Look, guns are great tools. They can defend everyone, but especially the weak, right? They make the old able to defend themselves against a young ex-con, the small against the big, women against men, and civilians against a tyrannical government. That's why our founding fathers made the Second Amendment, to secure the safety of the people. Look, as we've seen, an armed populace is a polite populace. So do your job. Go get a gun, take some lessons, learn how to use it. If you already have them, you already know how to use it, just practice more. It's the safest and most polite thing to do. All right, that's enough for today. Thanks for joining us. Until next time, stay safe, stay armed. keep your feet on the ground, and I'll see you next time. Have a good one.